It's not exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
Right, baby. That is good news, Jack. That is good news. Romance continues, man. I love that shit. All the way from Connecticut to Florida. Just to see this. I'm telling you, it makes me happy. It makes me feel good. Anyway, guess what? Hey! It's, oh shit, I hit that button too. Anyway, I can't get it right anyway. It is Sunday, baby. Sunday. What a day. I hope y'all have enjoyed your weekend. I hope that the whole weekend put a smile on your face. And it is time for a new Blue Dot family meeting. Jay Clayton was the first one to jump in, telling me that he's going to leave Connecticut and head to Florida tomorrow to go see Stephanie Dean. And we're just so tickled to death. That little romance just keeps on flowing. Anyway, Bart Larson is here. The remixtress is with us, thank goodness. Brandon Johnson. Martha, that smart-ass squaw is with us, thank you. Dorothy Tyndall is here as Carol Lowe. Jeff Curry, Nancy Halverson. Deborah Douglas is here. Bruce Preston, Bart Larson, Jeff Curry. Mega Wet Willie, how you doing, buddy? BW is here. Our own Bernadette Pri is in the chat. Thank you very much, darling. I appreciate you so much, you and Mr. Chick. Jeanette Miller is here. Let me see, get on down here. Randy Peterson. Woo, baby back pig. I didn't get no phone call. I didn't get a phone call say, hey, John, got ribs on. Anyway. Woo, pig, buddy, I'm glad you're there. We're gonna do that pretty soon, baby. Karen Van Wyk is here, thank goodness. And let me see. I got to get on down here. Douglas. I'm trying to catch these names as I'm trying to go by. BW is here. Anyway. Hey, guess what? I got mail. And I see somebody down there in the audience. Anyway, I got mail. That's right, baby. I hope you like my new shirt because I damn sure do. I hope you could. Let me switch camera views here. And maybe I could just stand up right here. And it says, Mr. Smith goes to Washington. Do not go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not be president. I couldn't be more tickled with this shirt. It is a takeoff from the Monopoly game. And that is indeed Jack Smith. Let me put the camera back over. Jack Smith hauling Donnie's ass to jail right there. And it just tickled me to death. I got this shirt in the mail, and it came with a note. Let me get here. And it says, so glad to be part of the Dots. John, you are the best. Thank you, baby. Papa Dot. Your energy and dedication is amazing. Enjoy the ride. Pauline Hall. And guess what? I think she's right down in the audience. So before I bring up our co-host, I'm going to see if Pauline would like to join us up here. And at the same time, I can do this. I can just be surrounded. Anyway, Pauline, the invitation is open, but I want to thank you so much. I love the shirt. It is indeed pretty cute. I'm going to enjoy walking around the store with this one on. Anyway, Bernadette, how are you, darling? No sound in Discord. No sound. Oh, God. This is about the time that John looks down and notices that I am not connected onto Discord. So I'm going to have to shut the Discord room down momentarily and restart the room. It's asking me for a title, blah, blah, right there. We'll give it something. And let me see if I can. I am connected now. And let me try this again. If Pauline Hall wants to come up, I would appreciate it. Let me see. There she is. Pauline. Are you with us, dear? Uh-oh. I'm not getting any sound. Misha Chick, are you with me? Uh-oh. I'm not getting any sound on my Discord. What am I doing? Something I'm doing wrong, evidently, because nobody's hearing me. Let me see. Darn, it says I'm connected, and nothing. I'm getting nothing. No sound whatsoever. Mrs. Chick, could you... Well, she probably can't hear me. All right, I'm going to try this one more time. I'm going to shut it down, and I'm going to try to restart. Oh, they can hear me, but they can't talk. Well, I wonder what that shit is. Man, ain't got no mute thing going on. Shit. Well, Pauline, bear with me just a minute. I'm going to try to shut this thing down one more time before I call my tech crew up here. But it says I'm connected. It says you're connected. That sounds like that damn commercial on TV or something. Well, it says you're connected, but nobody's hearing me. Or they can hear me, but I just cannot hear them. Let's try this one more time. Let's try to get Bernadette up here. I do not see Bernadette lighting up.
Hey, John.
Hi, Bernadette. That worked.
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me this time?
I can.
Third try.
Okay.
Boy, howdy.
Third time's a charm, right?
Yeah, that's what they say. Well, welcome to the room. I'm sorry for the delay.
Understandable. You got buttons to push. We get it.
Yeah. Uh-oh. We just lost Misha Chick.
Uh-oh. She'll be back.
She'll be back. I wanted to see if we could ask Pauline Hall up here. She is the bequeather of the T-shirt. I just love the T-shirt. Pauline, are you with us? Uh-oh. I'm not hearing anything.
Pauline, can you say something?
Oh, I lost her. There's
She's
Misha
back down in
Chick.
the
Well,
audience.
we're just going to play this game here for a minute. And I guess the only one I could talk to. Misha Chick, are you there?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear
We
you
can
now.
hear you now.
God, it's like a terrible thing of musical chairs or something.
Yeah. Hey, get off the box.
Hear you, but we can't talk to you.
Yeah. Hey, that hell of a way to start the show. I'm going to try Pauline one more time because she's down there in the
One more
audience.
time.
Uh-oh, the hand didn't go. Where's the
If
hand?
it doesn't work, Pauline, you have to actually leave Discord, shut it down, and come back in.
Yeah. Sometimes Discord gives us a little... Oh, there she went. All right, we'll wait for her to come back.
Try that.
He'll be back.
Yeah, I see
Yes,
some
she'll be
other names down there that I haven't seen before. We're going to get to them in
It's
just a
a
second.
live show.
Yeah.
What would you do without technical difficulties on a live
I
show,
mean,
right?
it's what makes your heart beat.
It's not like we're all professional button pushers around here.
Yeah. Well, I want y'all to know I had a great time on the Tim Cormall show today. I was a guest on Tim's show.
Right on.
I was on there with Jim Santorsa, Sue in Rockville, in John Mine all of a sudden just goes blank. Ain't that pitiful? No, we took turns reading the 42 indictments out of Georgia. So we would take turns reading sections of it and commenting on it and whatnot. And yeah, it was a great time.
Did I take the whole show? Because, geez, I listened to Owlie Velshi read it the other day, and it literally took over 3 hours for him to read the whole thing.
It went over. We did not go through the acts. You know, the
161 or something like that.
Acts of...
And that's just on the first count.
Yeah, that's just on the first count. So we skipped those and just read the 42 counts. And it was, thank you, Carolyn. John Jesco said I had to leave a little bit early, so I wasn't there for the end of the show. Of course, the show went way over time, and I had some obligations to take care of, and so I had to leave a few minutes early. But I made it through almost the whole show, just the last about
Right on.
10, 15 minutes of the last of it, when we all got to say goodbye. So, but it was a great show. Yeah, when you go to reading it, especially when you're reading it out loud, it's like you can't believe some of this shit that's in there, and everything, you know, from lying to mail fraud. Ooh, lots of mail fraud. That's a federal offense. That's, you know, it's kind of hard to get away that you put a false document in the mail and mailed it. You know.
Yes.
So.
To government agencies and officials.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, they won't find out.
And the thing about the RICO charge is that if one of your co-conspirators have done something, you are just as liable.
That's it. You conspired for the whole thing. You conspired to bring the whole thing together, which was to deny Georgians the right to their own vote.
What I find is real interesting is that Judge Ludwig, he's the judge that spoke with Mike Pence and told him, no, you can't do that.
Right.
And Lawrence Tribe have put out an article talking about a peer review in some law magazine that does those kind of things for lawyers. I would take people that study that kind of stuff. Constitutional lawyers, mind you, have come out and said that Trump is totally disqualified for running for president, point blank,
and those are top legal scholars from other sides from both sides of the fence, from the Democratic side and the Republican side.
There's no court case that needs to be done. There's no legal thing that Congress needs to do or anything else like that. Yeah.
It was the University of Pennsylvania Law Review by William, I think it's Body, of University of Chicago Law School, and Michael S. Paulson of the University of St. Thomas School of Law.
There you go.
It argued that the third section of the 14th Amendment is still in effect, parentheses, countering arguments that it applied only to Civil War era secessionists, unparentheses, that it is self-executing, meaning the disqualification of certain people is automatic, much as age limits or residency requirements are, and that Trump and others who participated in trying to steal the 2020 presidential election are disqualified from holding office.
By their actions alone, yes, absolutely.
That's the crowd going crazy for, he can't run.
I'm going crazy over this because we've been saying it for a long time that there doesn't need to be a conspiracy charge or anything else. For the mere fact that he took an oath of office to defend the Constitution and then turned around and violated that oath is enough to disqualify him point blank.
Now, it's going to work its way all the way through the courts to the Supreme Court, which is going to be an interesting question considering he put 3 of those judges on. Before we get started any more and deeper in, one, I want to shout out Ginger's chat show, Virginia Woodley. I see you in the chat, darling. I want you to know that you were my social media friend of the week on Tim's show today. I called you out, gave everybody your where to find Virginia Woodley and Ginger's Rant Show. So if y'all get a chance, swing on by Facebook and give her a follow. Anyway, Pauline, I'm sorry. Are you with us, dear?
Am I there?
You are here, darling.
Am I here?
You are here, and I want to thank you for such a great T-shirt. I love it.
Aw.
I do.
I love you to death.
Oh, man. Well, thank you, darling. But, man, you bet your ass I'm going to HEB tomorrow wearing this one. Just wait to see how many people stop and read it. Mr. Smith goes to Washington. I love it, darling. This is your first time in the room, isn't it?
It is. I've been scared that I'd cause trouble, and then look what happened.
Oh, get in here and cause that's what we're all about here. We like to cause trouble, man.
For the first 10 minutes.
Makes for good conversation.
Couldn't talk. Thank you for trying.
Trust me, Pauline, that was not your fault, okay?
No.
Okay.
Do not think that this being your first time here that you caused any of that. That is strictly John and the buttons.
Hey.
He's okay.
I prefer to blame it on Discord. I
I'm right there with the buttons. I got it.
I just want you to feel comfortable and just realize that that is not your fault.
John has a limited amount of buttons I'm allowed to touch.
That's
All
correct.
the other ones are off limits. So I have
You
to call my
Big
tech guy.
magnifying. You need to magnify your text there. You need to magnify it somehow
The set behind me?
on your screens.
Oh,
On the screens where you gotta read and all. You need it blown up for you.
There is, for those with an astute eye, there are two things different on the wall behind me today. I don't know if anybody can spot those two. There's two things on the wall up there that weren't on there the last show. One of them is just this little thing right here, this little orange thing.
You see the kid?
Travis Rose. Oh, an astute eye. You see a what?
I see the blue kitty.
There you go. The other one is Pete the cat, who is right there. I nailed his ass to the wall. Ain't that some shit? I nailed Pete to the wall. I wanted to find a little shelf to put him on, but the other thing is this little. It's a little number thing that Whataburger gives you when you place an order, and it's number 73 for 73 years of Whataburger. And they were handing them out the other day, and it's a Texas thing. You know, it's a Texas thing. So
Whataburger's been around for 73 years?
Yes, ain't that some shit?
Holy shit!
Older than I am.
I didn't know any burger had been around for 73 years.
You ought to see the little picture of the first hamburger shack that Whataburger opened up here in Texas. It was 15 cents for a hamburger, 20 cents for a cheeseburger, I think. I don't know.
Right.
It was hardly anything, dirt cheap. Anyway, back to the rat killing. Back to the rat killing. Yeah, we had a great time reading the indictment today. And again, when you're doing it in that kind of a setting where you're actually paying attention to not only the other speakers but your own voice, and you read it again, it is just, I mean, I don't know how in the hell he can get out of this shit. It's pretty well solid.
After I had a hard time just reading this particular indictment because there's so many people involved.
Right.
It was hard to follow the bouncing ball.
Yeah.
So I listened to Ali Velshi read it, and I read along as he read it. Like I said, it took over 3 hours to go through it, especially since the first part of it, the very first count, is 161 acts. And she pretty much lists the whole damn conspiracy.
Yeah, there's no question about what you're looking at when you go to read it.
Yeah. So it's intense, but I swear to God, you need one of those FBI boards with the pictures and the strings and the push pins and to follow the lines and who's connected to who and who did what and how everybody's getting charged with everybody else's behaviors and it's quite.
You're expecting 8x10 glossy photographs.
Here's the thing: this not only happened in Georgia, but repeat this in 5 or 6 other states.
Yes, and they referenced that quite a bit in the
Michigan, Arizona.
Yes.
This happened all over the freaking place, and these people were dead serious about subverting our votes.
Yes.
And Arizona is probing into it right now, trying to decide whether or not they're going to bring an indictment because this was a conspiracy all across our country to subvert our vote.
Yes. You could even tell it just in the headline of each article as we read it. And it's called The Enterprise. They reference it as The Enterprise, which is the group trying to circumvent the law and circumvent the voters of Georgia. And,
they had a plan. And it was in more than one state. And it was to, convince Mike Pence to either negate the electors that were already there or send it back to the states so the Republican states, because there's more Republican legislatures than there were Democrats, could vote Trump in for life.
Essentially, yes. But they weren't only counting on they were counting through these states to send in the fake electors for Donald Trump through the U.S. mail to the president of the Senate with false documents proclaiming Trump to be the winner, hoping.
And they sent it to the archivists too,
Yeah.
and to governors and to
to the federal court.
States and to the federal courts and Jesus Christ,
They tried
certifying that these false electors were their choice. And they had a plan.
Yes, and I think the only state whose fake electors will not be in jeopardy will be Pennsylvania. Because, come to find out, in Pennsylvania's fake electors' documents, and that's what they do, it's a certificate of electoral votes certified by the state. But in Pennsylvania, they included the language, if there is a recount, these are the electoral votes from Pennsylvania. The fact that they put in if there is a recount or if there is a real, then these are the electors. That's the only one. The rest of them, no, they didn't put that language in their documents, and they shipped them right up into Mike Pence up through the mail. And that's a federal offense. So it's pretty locked down on that one.
And you know what else amazed me
What?
at this Georgia indictment was the diligence of these people to work at this shit day after day after day after day for about a week. They were relentless in phone calls and just fucking with people and sending emails back and forth and they were relentless for about a week in trying to get this from December 6th to December 14th, non-stop, around the clock. They was trying to pull this shit off.
Pauline, around here, you just kind of got to jump in, baby.
Yes, you do.
Anytime you want. Don't think you're gonna hurt anybody's feeling if you jump in. That's the way we do it.
I don't know how to jump in.
I know. It's kind of hard to slide
jump in with
right
your
in.
voice, sweetheart, and just keep on swimming.
Welcome, Robert Latham.
Jump in.
Yeah, we just kind of ease it. We prefer to look at this as a conversation around the table, as if we were sitting at a kitchen table, and we're just having a conversation.
Eating our muffins and having a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or a beer or whatever. Smoking a doob, we're just sitting back around the table.
It's what we do. It's
Just
what
talking.
we do. Hello, Joe.
I'm still thirsty, John.
Are you still thirsty, buddy? Come on, man.
For a tall, cool glass of justice.
I know what you're drinking, brother. I know what you're drinking. Drink milk and get high on life, brother.
That's right.
That's right. Joe, how did your day go?
I just got back.
Did you? Just got home, huh?
Yeah.
Long night, then?
I think my right eye is looking to where my left eye is, and my left eye is looking to where my right eye should be.
Yeah, it's time for a nap, buddy.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's kind of burning out there, man. I'm telling you. For those that don't know, we're in the middle of a heat wave down here that's just, sucking the life out of you. Every time you open that door.
We're having our first ever hurricane here in California.
What am I talking about? Hell, Southern California's got a hurricane coming up in there, and they had an earthquake. Holy shit!
Yeah,
they're doubling down
20
there.
million people are affected by that. 20 million people.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
And I'm not one of them. Yay.
Not yet. Not
No,
yet. It's
I'm
still
not.
heading up the coast, though.
I was just going to ask if Bernadette was rocking and rolling.
No,
No.
Didn't feel the earthquake and don't plan on it.
Come
and
on,
don't
man.
feel the hurricane and don't plan on feeling that either.
It was a
and I'm
5.1. I don't think Californians even look around for a 5.1.
just
Did somebody sneeze?
yeah,
Is that
right?
what that is?
Who's shaking the bed?
Yeah, they had a
Stop
couple
that.
people that said, "Well, I think I felt it." It's
No,
got
I
to be a
didn't
little
feel
bit
it.
bigger than
I didn't
that.
feel a thing. I don't know where the earthquake was, but I didn't feel it.
Yeah, they said it was down by Santa Barbara.
Yeah, and I'm
Somewhere.
nowhere near Santa Barbara, so.
Anyway, let me send out a big thank you to Ed Beatty Jr., who just came in with a $2 donation and said, "Working tonight, but in spirit. Love y'all." Buddy, we love you back,
Right
Ed.
on,
Take care of
Ed.
yourself and be careful on the job, man. I want no
I was going to ask a question. Now, those who are going to be disqualified, will any of them be like Marjorie Taylor Greene, Jim Jordan?
You would think
Ted
did
Cruz?
not they
You know
did
what?
they not participate in the insurrection?
If
sure
they
did.
if they took an oath of office to defend the United States Constitution, then technically yes, they could be disqualified. Absolutely.
Don't come in here bragging, Gene. Yeah. Yeah.
Speak up,
So
Paula.
Yeah.
Pauline.
Anyway. Yeah. It's a ball of wax. And in my book, those like Jim Jordan and others, don't they fall under the same adjudication, the same laws under the Constitution?
But they were testing their.
They're not able to hold office. 147 of them in my book. So
I guarantee you, one or two of them are going to say, "I will pardon myself." That's how smart they are.
well, it's just, what are we going to see on Wednesday? Anybody here planning on watching the debate? Because I am. It's my job. I have to.
Oh God,
I'm on this line.
You can take that hit for us, can't you, John?
I was thinking about finding Tucker and watching him instead.
I don't know if he's even going to be on my TV.
I am lying about that one.
I'm assuming that I will see the highlights from the Tucker thing on the news.
But I heard somebody comment that if he really wanted to get other people's votes besides those who are dedicated minions to him, because they're already going to vote for him. Okay.
Right.
He wouldn't have went on Tucker. He would have went back on CNN or some other mainstream
not gonna do
media
that.
site. And so they questioned whether or not he was really serious about running for this office, because you're preaching to your own choir, and you're not going to acquire any new votes by going on Tucker Carlson. Okay.
Let me see.
Are you going to pull any eyeballs away from the debate? Probably not.
No, I don't think so. I don't think
So
too many people
it's kind of like a shoot yourself in the foot kind of a move to go on Fucker Tucker show and go listen and go play with him for a little while. For the man who said that he couldn't stand Donald Trump's
you have to wonder what the dynamic is with them sitting across from each other, and Donnie Boy knowing what Tucker said. Just rolls off their back, I guess. Craig, are you in the room with us?
I'm here.
How are you doing this evening, sir?
I'm good from Connecticut. A little cooler up here than down in
Don't
Texas.
come in here. Don't come in here and start bragging that shit. Hey, what are you trying to do? Make me feel bad? Is it a cool day up there?
It's supposed to be up to 90 degrees tomorrow. With the heat index of 100. Then Tuesday is supposed to be back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Very low humidity. So,
that 100+ thing, that's been hanging around down here for months.
I don't know how you put up with it.
This has been the worst year I've ever, in my memory. I've lived down here just about all my life.
And you're at Corpus Christi, which is about as far south as you could get.
Yes, well, there's a little bit more south, but I don't want to go there. Shit, if it's this hot here, I don't want to go any farther. Shit, I'll melt. But no, I enjoy it down here when it's not so hot. But I'm not the only one suffering all across the South. Hell, it even reached up into Bernadette's area up there in Northern California the other day. This is more of a change in our environment, and I'm hoping it's not a permanent one. I'd seen a damn headline on my news this morning that said some shit about if you're thinking you're going to have a nice, cool Christmas, think again. Really? No. December? Come on, man. Now we have had Christmases down here where you could go outside and wear your shorts, but it's been after get lucky between two cold fronts, because that's the way our weather down here normally is in the winter. Is we get a cold front that blows in, it'll get kind of cold, it'll get maybe even down in the 30s, and it'll turn around and go back up north, and then we'll warm back up to 70s or 80s, and then it'll like taking a breath. Back and forth.
And that's a recipe to get pneumonia.
Yeah.
Hot and cold.
Hot and cold, back and forth. But
I feel sorry for the owners of the ski resorts up here in Connecticut, especially. Every year, it's getting harder and harder to open up because there's a lack of snow up here in the Northeast, and it's probably due to climate change.
yeah,
So I feel sorry for the owners of these local ski resorts who just can't make money because it's not there. So,
yeah. If the snow's not there, nobody's skiing nothing. We'll go water skiing.
Nothing at all.
Yeah, and it's happening all around the world, which tells you it's more of a climate thing than a weather thing.
I just can't see how people could say these climate deniers. I don't know how they could. I mean, don't they just look around? Don't they read the paper? I mean, come on. It's real. And there's climate deniers out there, especially on the Republican Party.
I think that more and more, day by day, I think they're starting to get a little bit of them to turn their head and look this way, going, well, maybe there's something to it. Let me thank Michael Johnson for coming in with a $2 donation. Thank you, KY, and said 123-degree heat index here today. Fuck Trump and stay hydrated. Yes. Anybody out there in this
and don't do those two things at the same time,
no.
Okay?
Yeah.
Hey, Kid Rock is getting hydrated.
What was this I heard about Kid Rock? I heard a story about him. Just in passing. They caught him drinking Bud Light. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you shitting me? Come on, man. You ain't going to stick to your guns? We're kind of new, buddy. You know?
Those two.
Ignorance, buddy. They're not afraid to demonstrate it.
It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a cultural thing. That's the only thing the right has, is to scream about transgenders, gay, African American studies. Don't say gay. It's all a bunch of bullshit tangled up and thrown up in the air, hoping something's going to stick. And because they have nothing else. They're not talking about legislation or anything.
No,
it's all bullshit. Oh, that's right. Smart Ass Squaw reminded us, did y'all see the Russian spaceship crashed on the moon?
Yep.
Yes.
It was an unmanned craft. They were testing things. I guess the test didn't go too well, and it run into the moon. So back to the drawing board for Russia.
Oh well.
They're not having a lot of luck with a lot of things.
Maybe they were a little preoccupied with some other things.
Maybe somebody stole the part off of that rocket to go put on one of them ones they're launching into Ukraine. I don't know. But yeah, I saw that story today and I went, well, that's just too bad. Well, nobody wants to see it.
Just another piece of junk on the moon.
We're loading it up here. We got to find other places for it. If we can't just stick it in space, I guess we'll start crashing it into the moon.
Sure.
Just Coggin says India's rocket also crashed into the moon. Damn. We didn't.
What?
We landed. Yeah. Well, damn, man. Y'all get your shit together.
Maybe you should stop thinking about being in such a rush to get all those water resources on the moon and try to figure out how to land on the motherfucker first, okay?
Yeah, they want to get up there so they can take off from there and go to Mars. I guess.
I thought India's wasn't due to land for another day. Or...
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know about India's.
Now I know where the missing documents Trump stole are. They're in the moon.
They're on the Russian spaceship shot to the moon.
Right.
Yeah. I'm telling you, we're looking at a pretty interesting week here. We've got the debate on Wednesday, which I am not going to miss. I'm going to watch every freaking minute of that shit. What else is happening? There's something else happening this week. Oh, well, Donnie's got to turn himself in.
All those have to be in by Friday, correct?
By Friday.
By Friday.
He said he would do it by Thursday, but we all know how much he lied.
You almost wonder why he isn't doing it on Wednesday during the debate, so it would overshadow the debate.
Don't think that he won't.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not out of the realm
that's all
of
he's
possibility.
About is, trying to suck the air off the planet.
It's his job. That's his job.
There was an article in the New York Times this morning about how Fox News has been kissing Trump's ass to get him to get on that stage for the debate. I mean, he's just been toying with them for the last couple of weeks.
He's not going to debate. There ain't no way he's going to get on that stage.
No, he would not come in there. And why would he? Why would he? Because you know they would have to try to throw rocks at him. Why stand there and get rocks thrown at you? He don't have to. He's leading the party.
I think the only person on that stage that would throw rocks at him is Chris Christie. He's the only one who's coming out against Trump.
Yeah.
Everybody else is being
let me see. Asa Hutchinson, I think, made the stage.
Did he finally make the stage? Because I know that he was talking about
I just read the ticker at the bottom of the news channel it was on that said Asa Hutchinson had gained the necessary
Okay, well then
requirements.
there's two out there throwing rocks at Trump.
Yeah.
Trump ain't going to be on that stage. There's no way that he's going to have anybody come at him with 4 indictments on his ass. Okay, he's not going to do
Pissed me off this morning. I seen it's the Louisiana senator. Oh, what's his name? Jesus, I don't take notes. Anyway, he was Louisiana senator on there this morning on the news talking about how Donnie should just back out of the race, and went on with he's not eligible. It would be the best thing for the country. Yada yada yada. Sang all that tune, and then at the end, when the newsman asked him, well, who would you vote for in the Republican presidential election? Well, I'm going to vote for the Republican no matter who it is. So, you're telling me Donnie shouldn't run, but if he's the nominee, you're going to vote for his ass.
And that's what they all say.
That's what they all say. So you're admitting that he's a threat to democracy, that he's committed all these crimes and shit, but hey, he's a Republican, so I'm just going to vote for him.
And every
That's bullshit.
one of them has said that
No
shit.
integrity.
Including your death warmed over Mitch McConnell's dumb ass.
Senator Cassidy, thank you, Jess Jess, I appreciate it. Yeah, it was Senator Cassidy this morning on the news. And after all of his yada 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 shit about how bad Donnie is, and would you vote for him? Well, yes, I would. You know.
Yeah.
So it just tells you who they are.
Wasn't that a condition that they had to say that before they could go to the debates?
It was supposed to be that they all had to sign the pledge.
Or it was
one of the reasons why Trump said that. Go ahead, Mr. Chick.
It was something about they all had to agree to endorse whoever the nominee was.
Right.
The only one who wouldn't do that was Trump.
He made it clear that he wasn't going to endorse anybody. He did not like that part.
He's made it very plain he's going to be the nominee.
Well, yeah.
That's what he's saying. So.
I think there's some question about that now.
You know, I am a little bit encouraged by the fact that, like, Senator Cassidy coming out and talking like he did, Asa Hutchinson starting to speak a little bit, and the fact that we hear the report from the Federalist Society that they don't think he's able to run, and they're conservative as shit.
Well, check this out. We all know who above the fifth column is. He put out a message this morning.
Voting for Dems is a vote for war. Okay. Who's that guy?
Somebody said that in the chat?
Somebody said that in the chat. A vote for Trump would be handing Ukraine straight over to Putin. We would pull all NATO's support out, hand it right over to Putin with a freaking vote. And if he could do it to South Korea, he'd do it to put South Korea and North Korea's hands in a heartbeat. That's who Donnie's friends are, Putin and Kim Jong-un. That's his love buddies. So, sorry, buddy.
Bo was saying that one of Trump's PACs, that political action committees that's raising money, that some patriots for Trump funding or whatever, I can't remember the name of it, had been defaced. And that as of time of him airing that particular clip this morning, that it was still defaced, and the people have just taken, whoever had hacked into it, had said, don't give money to this PAC, don't give money to Trump.
Right.
I mean, just totally took down. But I'm under the belief that maybe, just maybe, they might have let their domain name slip. And if you don't pay that domain name on time, somebody could snatch that shit
right up
and just totally, that's, You know,
Wouldn't that be?
I didn't.
Anonymous?
But it's not cheap. I mean, you have to pay for that
Yeah,
domain.
Oh yeah.
yeah. But if you hold that domain, you
Ooh.
can charge big money to sell it back to the people who actually want it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
the way
I've
that
seen
game is
people
played.
do that shit. Yeah, and it's done like that all
Hold
the
on.
time.
What's up?
Hold on a second.
What's up?
That website got hijacked. I think it's kind of somebody like Anonymous that got into that, and they still have control over it.
That's what I'm saying is that it looks like it's been hacked. But here's my having worked for the internet and knowing a little bit about how domain names are sold, because I used to buy them. Okay, and people watch this kind of shit all the time. The moment that domain name comes up for sale or needs to be renewed, if it's not picked up immediately, somebody else can waltz in there and buy that domain name. Okay?
Walk right
then
out the door with
officially they own it. They own it. Now, I've seen people say, hey, I own this domain name, and it could be like BernadettePree.com, okay? Of course, I don't have that. But if I wanted to buy it and somebody else owned it, I'd have to buy it off of them. They could charge me whatever the fuck I'm willing to pay.
Yeah.
To get that name
I understand that, but you're going too far.
I'm not going too far, sweetheart. I'm saying that's what I think has happened. I understand it has been hacked and that it hasn't been changed back yet. And that's why I think it's more than just
probably being held hostage.
Because if you hack a system, you can shut that shit down and re-upload it, and I've been there. I've done this shit.
Why would they hack it and just stop it whenever they're completing a completely different message?
Because
that's what I'm trying to figure out.
And completely change the message and tell people not to donate to this pack, and the hell with Trump and all the rest of that.
To create
if
havoc.
Trump wants it back, sell it to him, because the man is all about money, and they don't ever have to sell it to him. That's the thing. Trump is using that domain name to raise money for his funding of his
pay for his lawyers.
Multiple.
That's it.
He's got more than 4 cases. Okay. He's
got
civil cases.
Why is there a debate? Why is there a debate on this? Because honestly, if he got freaking hacked, be happy about it. It's another remedy.
Oh, we didn't say we were unhappy.
I didn't say there was a debate.
I'm getting a chuckle out of it.
I'm just saying, Bo was saying that they were hacked.
Yeah.
I'm offering a different perspective, that perhaps, and I don't know this for sure, that since it hasn't been changed back, because if I had control over a domain like that, I could shut it down and re-upload the page, having control over the domain name like that. Okay, I could take that web page down like that. And if Trump isn't able to do that, it's probably because he might not have control over that domain name again.
Maybe he ain't got the money to pay for it back.
It's a possibility.
He's got all his money wrapped up in lawyers. Let's
Possibility. Yeah, exactly.
Let's welcome Dank Brandon into the room. Dank, how you doing, brother?
Hey, how's it going, man?
All right, first time in?
Yeah, I've listened to you on and off for, I found you 3 or 4 years ago, I think.
Well, I appreciate that.
I'm not quite sure. It was early on in your channel, stuff like that. And I used to live in Arizona and saw your videos and kind of watched how your streams have, kind of evolved over the, course of a few years.
We have done that. Well, welcome to the group, brother.
Absolutely.
You see how it works. Anytime you want to jump in with your opinion, let her fly. So that's the way we do it
I
here.
hadn't heard anything about Trump's website or domain name being
To tell you the truth, I did not know either, Dank, until they just brought it up. I had no idea about it.
I heard about this morning.
Posted.
It makes me
I can
smile,
read
though.
what they I can read what they changed on it.
Go ahead.
Well, it starts out with a big banner that's got Trump's name with a red line through it. And it just says, "Hey, America is already great, 2024. Do not support Donald Trump's fraudulent Patriot Legal Defense Fund. In our country, everyone has to follow the rules no matter who they are. Our Constitution, the big rule book of our nation, says that we're all equal. Nobody gets special treatment. I want to talk a bit about lying. A lie is when someone doesn't tell the truth on purpose. It's like saying you ate an apple when you really ate a cookie. Lying is bad because it breaks trust. Imagine if your friends didn't believe you anymore because you lied a lot. In some cases, like when people lie to the courts or the police. It's not just bad, it's a crime. Before we dive deeper, it's essential to understand what personal character means. Personal character is the mix of qualities that define a person, like honesty, kindness, and courage. It's how you act when no one is looking. It's doing the right thing even when it's tough. Our character is like a muscle. The more we use it in good ways, the stronger it becomes. When we think about American presidents, there are some character traits that we've traditionally valued. We want leaders who are honest, brave, and selfless. Why? Because these qualities help presidents make the best choices for all of us. An honest president tells us the truth even when it's hard. A brave one isn't scared to make tough decisions. A selfless leader puts the country's needs before their own. These qualities have guided our nation through good and tough times, and they remind us of what's great about America. And remember, America is already great. We didn't need an improvement. We only needed someone with good character to take the job of president for a while and then pass it on to the next citizen.
This is great.
That's what they did.
Pretty plain and simple, isn't it? Pretty powerful statement.
At the bottom of this page, it says, consider donating to the following organizations: the Not Real Donald Trump Legal Defense Fund, the ACLU, the Brennan Center for Justice, and Rock the Vote.
There you go.
I'm telling you,
I love it.
I think somebody bought up this website, man.
Yeah, somebody knew what they were doing.
They haven't changed it. Yeah, they haven't changed it back yet. So
they can keep that domain.
Yes. Yeah. They bought it. It's theirs.
Yeah.
They put anything they want on the damn thing. Debbie Palumbo wants to know where is the hijack website. What's the name of the website again?
It's called the Patriot Legal Defense Fund.
Patriot Legal Defense Fund. The Patriot Legal Defense Fund. Donate here.
Okay, yeah.
I love it.
Either that was being run by somebody that was like tangentially supporting him and have like pulled their support, or like you said, the money for the domain name has like lapsed.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, and they didn't pay it, and somebody picked that shit up.
Well, funds are kind of tight down there in Donnie's world. There's a lot of lawyers he's got to pay for.
And
he's used to not paying.
Yeah, exactly, Joe. He's used to not paying anyway.
That's right.
Yeah, and now the lawyers don't take the case until they get paid.
Seems to be a problem, huh?
See,
I do. We have more than a year to go. I am, I want to be confident that as the next year progresses, he is going to be less and less of an issue for the Republican Party. I mean, he's at some point, again, caveat it by saying every time he gets indicted, his numbers go up, and this time is no different. But at some point, it's got to saturate. They've got to understand this is not going to work, and he's not going to. I don't think he can win against Biden again.
No.
You go on the national polls, Donnie takes a dump. He's great down there in Georgia or certain states, but again, it's not about the popular vote across the country. It's about the electoral college, and that's what we have to worry about.
I say one big step forward is bail denied, remanded to the custody
Yeah, I
of the
would
court
love that
system.
shit. I would love
And
that shit.
peanut butter and jelly is all you get, son.
That's it, buddy. Look out the barred window there. Hey, see,
Except for when
talking
we're out
about
of peanut.
trying to bring
Hold up.
America forward, this only happens when we participate in this democracy.
Different master.
So, and on that note, I want to recommend everybody. This is our two for blue for our own Erin Trombley for Moru Town Clerk up in New York. She is running for town clerk. This is not the first time she won. Last time she ran, she didn't win, but she wasn't the bottom on the rung. It was her first attempt. We need to get behind Erin. Erin is not going to give up. We cannot give up with her. She is fighting for the same ideals that we believe in, and it starts at the local level. And, we are trying to focus our two for blue around national candidates across the states, running for Senate, Congress, and all that. But we have to remember that all politics is local, and it starts right at your local house, baby, in your neighborhood, in your town. And Erin is the one to help Moru blaze a trail, baby. Anyway, I wanted to throw that in. I'm proud of her. I'm very
Me
proud
too.
of her. Yes. Yes.
Look at her. She's just adorable.
Ain't
isn't
she? She's cute. She's cute. And I know she likes cats, so.
The woman is smart. She's energetic. She needs money like most Democrats. So hey, two for blue. It's a bottle of water. It's a half cup of coffee.
Yeah.
It's gum or candy bar or
It's
whatever.
Nothing.
Yeah.
We all have that much we can toss in. Oh, why is my
Absolutely.
thing turning red? My indicator is turning red. Somebody in chat let me know if I'm still on YouTube and Facebook.
You're still on YouTube.
I'm on YouTube.
You're still on Facebook. And you're still on Discord. Well,
Shit.
I don't know about Facebook, but.
Yep. It just keeps turning red. It means my signal's getting weak out here, which is not an unusual thing for where I live. Anyway, where was we? Oh yeah, rat killing. Where'd my thing go? There it is.
So yes, let's help Erin win this time around.
Indeed.
Let's kick her down some cash and support our own.
And that's where it comes from. The support that all these
Absolutely.
candidates have, and we have a list of them, baby. Ruben Gallego, he's running down in Arizona against what's her name? Quit the party. Cinema.
Cinema.
Yeah, Cinema.
Yes.
So she wants to run independent. Go on and run over there. Send your money to Ruben Gallego down there. Arizona needs us, so we need to come in for other states. Especially as I always say, if you live in a blue state, solid blue, you've got no problem. You've got a Democratic governor or Democratic representation. Take the time out to send a few dollars to these red states, baby, because these are the states that need help. That we did it with Georgia. If we could do it with Georgia, are you shitting me? We could do it everywhere, baby. And that's what we need to do. We can.
And we need to do it everywhere.
We do, because it is for the betterment of the people and not certain people. That's what the Republicans, man, they're only for the wealthy, baby. If you ain't got big bucks to donate to their ass, they're not really interested in you.
We need to get people like Ted Cruz out of the Senate. And people like Lauren Boebert and her evil twin sister.
Think of the names that you've heard in the news over the years. Boebert.
Who's that Dennis out there? I don't know who's a whack job.
Yes. He's and what Marjorie Taylor Greene hasn't brought a single bit of legislation to the floor.
Not a one.
Nothing.
Nope.
Yet this is the woman who plans on being Trump's vice president one day. Do you know where that would put her if she ever got her hands on that role? That would put her one heartbeat away from
the
being
White House
president. And if that doesn't fucking scare the
it should
hell
scare
out
the
of you,
shit out of everybody to have that woman anywhere
Thank
near
you.
the house anyway. DJ, are you in here with us? DJ?
Uh-oh, we can't hear you, DJ.
Not a word.
You're
Not even lighting up, buddy. Uh-oh. Might have a problem there with your Discord.
cycle out and come back.
Yeah, he's not even lighting up. Yeah.
Okay.
And we move him back down, and we'll bring him back up.
Who's that dentist out in Arizona that's a whack job too? Forgot his name. Is it Dennis? He's a congressman.
Out of Arizona?
In Arizona?
If you're talking about a dumbass, I assume you're talking about a Republican.
Yes, I am.
I make assumptions like that.
He's a dentist. I think on one of his campaigns he had a gun. He was shooting at a target.
Oh, there's a lot of Republicans on it. Look at Marjorie Taylor Greene did that a whole lot too.
Is it
Bobart.
Star?
Yeah, that really riles up the Republicans, man. Show them a gun in their ad, boy, they'll go nuts. Look at me, yeah, that's just like me. I want to shoot everything too. A bunch of dumbasses, bunch of wannabes. They want to be something. In their
Are you
mind,
talking
they're
about
all
Paul
heroes.
Gosar? He's from Arizona's 9th Congressional District. He's in the House.
Right, he's a dentist. Which
I don't know
All right,
if he's
Bart,
a
you're gonna have to
dentist.
start guessing on your birthday.
Yes, he is a dentist. Yes, he is a dentist.
I can't think of his name.
His name is Paul Gosar.
There's it. Yeah. Talk about
Yeah.
Paul Gosar, that's another one. Hey, did y'all see Ronnie Jackson in that video?
Yes.
Oh Lord,
Ronnie
have
Jackson.
mercy.
Oh my God. How that man even got to be in the House is beyond me.
Yeah.
Because he was a Fruit Loop when he was, Trump's
drug pusher.
Fucking doctor.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Pill popper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We could go through a whole list of Republicans that have made a complete ass out of themselves in support of this man, in support of Trump.
But your state's gonna have to take some credit for this one because he's representative down in there.
I know it. I got him. I got Ted Cruz,
doing shit like
John
this.
Cornhole.
I'm sorry, just name a Republican and chances are they've done something like an asshole.
Yes. Yeah. Just about it. Name one, and you could
The
get.
assholeness is great within the party.
Let me thank J.P. Lee. James, thank you very much. Just came in with a $10 donation and said, "For the Kitty Fund, I will be so happy when we no longer see or hear the orange clown." Indeed, and I appreciate the Kitty Fund. John's got more kitties.
That reminds me.
Oh, shit.
John.
Huh?
Speaking of kitty.
Shut up.
My granddaughter would like to adopt.
How many?
At least one, maybe two.
Oh, box them up, buddy.
So I'll be getting with
Come take your pick. Because I went out to feed them this morning, and I turned around to come back into the house, and I looked down on the ground down there by my shop, and I spotted a little baby kitten run out of the grass and back into the shop. And my first thought is, oh shit, I got a litter down in my shop. Mind you, I have 3 brand new kittens up on the front porch, and then the other 20, and Jesus, they all want to eat. God.
Yes, well,
It's getting out of hand.
to get you that
It's getting out of hand.
So I'll get with you, and I'm going to have to bow out because being out there at work, I did not charge my phone, and it's going red.
It's going red on you, huh?
So
well, Joe, I appreciate you coming by, brother.
I bid you all adieu.
I think we need to talk to Randy Peterson about him cooking up ribs, and we didn't get a phone call, Joe.
Well, I'm ready. I got wood chops.
I got gas in the truck.
There you go.
I can make it.
And anyway, before I get kicked out because I lost my juice, I'll see you guys. Have a good evening.
Joe, take care of yourself. Give Maria our best.
I will. I'll wake her up at 11:30.
You're a mean man, Joe.
I have to.
All right, brother. Take care of yourself.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Good night, Joe.
Good night. Good night.
I love this family, baby. Yep. Joe only lives about 10 miles from me, so we get to see each other.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, DJ. How are you?
I'm pretty good. It was 101 actual temperature here.
Well, that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Not really. I don't wish this upon anybody. It's brutal.
It's horrible. I mean, just taking my animals
day after day, it is just getting
into the door because they want back in the house. It's too hot.
The minute you open that door, it's like walking into an oven with a fan blowing on you.
Yeah.
hot air.
Hey, as far as that website that you were talking about, real quick, I just want to say I looked it up. It was purchased in July 2023, and it's owned for 7 years. It is all
Okay.
the owner's anonymous. They've totally hidden all of their information. Who to contact, all of it's hidden, and they will expire in July 2028.
So you're
when-
saying
Okay.
they're kind of anonymous, huh?
Yeah, I looked them up with who is, and everything on there is anonymous. They don't tell you who it is, who the technical people are, who owns
Why
it.
let that
Yeah.
information out?
Is
Just let it
hidden.
play the
Yeah.
way it's playing.
Yep. And the other thing is, did you guys talk about Roger Stone? Because I came in kind of late.
We didn't. We have
We
not
haven't talked
spoken.
about Roger.
Not yet.
Go ahead and lead
Uh,
into it.
MSNBC has gotten their hands on a tape by a person who ran around with him for 3 years to write his biography. And in that tape they played on MSNBC, it's a tape of him dictating, and I think it was November the 7th of right 2 or 3 days after the election, that he dictated this letter to all these people about how they could set it up so that they could contest the election and things that they needed to do to change the electors. And he talked about how state legislatures can do that if they don't like who the electors are. So basically now they're calling him a co-conspirator.
That's what we all have to remember. This was not a spontaneous thing.
Him and Steve Bannon, this has always been their game plan. This was their game plan should they had lost in 2016.
Yes, they knew what they were doing.
This same shit. Okay?
They were surprised he won the first time.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know.
And Roger Stone and Steve Bannon, both of them were in the war room on that period of time of January 6th, and they were conspiring. Yes, they were part of it. They just haven't been indicted.
I believe he dictated this the day before that they declared it for Biden.
Yes, yes, I read that. I've seen part of that story. A lot of stories I glance through as fast as I can to get the basic knowledge down in my head.
I watched the video.
Yes.
It's something else.
I have not seen the video.
Too, and it's this is why Roger Stone got pardoned.
Yeah.
He's a crook.
Yeah, because Donnie knew there was conspiracy.
He's been a crook since Nixon.
Yeah. He's got Nixon's tattoo on his ass. I mean, come on.
Between his shoulder blades, they show it in the video. I almost threw up when they showed that part of the video.
That's disgusting.
Ain't it though? Ain't it?
Yeah, well.
Proud of it too. He is very proud of it. Nixon was his man, baby.
I could just
and Donnie
imagine
is
how
too.
well that tattoo has worn on his back.
How's that? How that is aged.
Remember how he'll look with prison tattoos.
Yeah. Not all my tattoos look like they did the day I got them, but.
Bubba might have a hard time with Nixon staring him in the face. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you. I'm looking forward to so much, because it's just got to turn. It has to. The only people that are willing to vote for them are the maggots, the cockroaches of our society that came out from underneath their freaking rock, ganged up with their buddies who were just on the line, and that's what we have. But to put
and those numbers are dropping.
Yes, those numbers are dropping.
I saw a spelling today, John, of maggot, M-A-G-A-T with a small s, maggots.
Maggots. That's the way I look at them. They're maggot my ass. They're maggots. They come out of rotting Donnie's ass. They're so blinded by their love for him that they can't even recognize, common sense. All the crimes he's charged of, we are witness to. We all watched it. Hell, we got the recordings. All I need is 11,780 votes. What the hell is that? Yeah, we were all witness to January 6th. We've all been witness to all the bullshit that's come out of his mouth since. We're all witnesses to this shit. and
We
none
all
of us
saw
can
it.
turn a blind eye to it. But there are those that will wrap themselves in patriotism, as James would put it. But they can't. Well, let me read that, because that caught my eye. James Price. They wrap themselves in patriotism, but they are the most un-American people that could possibly be. It's unbelievable. That's the way I look at it. But that's what Donnie sells. That's what I always say. All they have to do over that side is sell patriotism like a product. All you have to do is wave the flag, have an eagle flying by, maybe some music, get your gun out and shoot some shit. They love that crap. All you have to do is be red-blooded American to get their attention. Not for what they do for their.
Who it was around World War II who said that when fascism comes to America, it'll be carrying a Bible and draped in the flag.
Yes, that's exactly it. When fascism comes to America, it'll be draped in a flag, carrying a Bible.
Yeah.
And it's easy to sell here, is it not?
They took Jesus out.
You know we're all good Christians. You know that. You go ask anybody on the street, are you a good Christian? Well, of course I am. I'm a Christian. Do you live like that? No, 90% of them don't, but they'll claim that title in a heartbeat.
But they're doing it without Jesus. There's a big fight going on now amongst these so-called Christians, where some of the Christian ministers trying to preach the ways of Jesus are getting their congregations up and yelling at them and telling them they don't want to hear about Jesus.
Well, now if you're in a church and you're throwing Jesus out,
because Jesus is just a little bit too liberal.
Liberal, yeah. You know, love thy neighbor and all that kind of
He's
stuff.
not violent enough. That's what they said. And this one minister who spoke said that Jesus is not violent enough, and they don't want to hear him preach about Jesus.
No. Yeah. His exact quote was that they'll come up to him, "Where are you getting those liberal talking points?" He's like, "What do you mean? That's the Sermon on the Mount." Yeah. It's like, and they're like, "Yeah, that doesn't work anymore."
No, it doesn't for the Republican Party. They're not about that.
They don't even know what the golden
They
rule
shall
is.
be the ones that shall judge thee, not Jesus, not God. It's them, the Republicans, whoever that is.
Well, I mean, they've been being primed for it for years. There's a channel that I've followed on YouTube through like his mini bands. That's called A Call for an Uprising or whatever. And like his whole thing is trying to like make everything seem satanistic and this and that and another.
Sure.
And when he describes the Jesus that he serves, he says most people think that Jesus is the God of love, but he's not. And I'm
He's
like,
the God of
what kind of Christianity are you like following?
It's their own brand. They're remarketing the idea, you know.
We took the Christ out of Christianity.
Taking all them other colors of the rainbow
Well,
out,
it's open for, it's always has been open for interpretation. And so when you can interpret it any which way that you want to, and then pull that off in front of people who think or are like-minded,
there's the trick.
Then there it is.
Is taking your idea, what you think of it, and convincing other people that you're right. You know?
Exactly.
And you can bend the truth, you know. You can bend it in any way.
So,
I've always said you can pick up the Bible and find any argument you have and find.
John, is that there's what we have to admit is that there's a certain amount of our population that is willing to go back to times that wasn't so great for all Americans. Okay.
Are you saying back to a time when somebody like you or others might be property?
Absolutely.
Don't think for a minute if a lot of them could, they would.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
You know, I can tell you right now, I can only go back in my lineage so far before
you hit a roadblock.
There is nobody.
Yeah.
There is nobody else to follow. It just
and you know that's not true. There's just no documentation anymore. Your life, family life history is gone.
Has been taken away. Absolutely. Because they were amounted to as property instead of people. So there are no records.
No. Property records. Just numbers.
Yeah.
How many?
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe if you were lucky enough to have your owner declare you as property.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe
we don't.
there's a property record.
We never will go back to that. and there's no possible way you can, but to try to push it with some kind of white nationalism, hell yes, they would in a heartbeat, and that's what they.
Well,
I got
not only do
distracted
they
because I
want
see
you
Mitch down here.
deny me the right to know where I came from on this planet,
Yeah.
but now I also don't even have the right to have that history. Okay? Because that can't be taught in school because it might make somebody feel
Whenever
a little upset about
we have this
themselves.
discussion, there is one sign of a glimmer of hope in my mind that sometime in the future, with the advancement of DNA, that we would be able to determine, and to a degree we can now, not who, but where you came from, what part of the world we came from.
You can also tell who your relatives are, John,
Yes,
because
yes.
I have done the DNA test, and I didn't know I had so damn many cousins.
Oh,
There's
I didn't do the test, but what I do have is a cousin who did his college thesis years ago on genealogy. So I've been in contact with my direct descendants who are still living in Switzerland, where my family is originally from. Migrated to Chile, where I still have living relatives in Chile, and here in the United States. So there you go.
I read an article, and Bernadette, I don't know if this article is true or not, so just take it with a grain of salt. But this article was written by a geneticist, and he claims that there was a population that survived the cataclysm about 12,000 years ago. We don't know exactly if it was a flood or what, but he claims that the people who survived it were all dark-skinned, and that we today, all of us, come from those dark-skinned peoples that survived that cataclysm. That's what he claims. He's a geneticist.
You're going overboard here.
No,
You're going overboard.
No, he's not, because I've read about the population being squeezed down to fine points like that.
Yeah, one at a time here.
Hold on, it's a joke. Hold on, it's just a joke.
Yeah.
Oh.
I am Polish, and every time I put left, I mean right. Okay?
Yeah.
It's genetics, okay?
All right, not a problem.
Sorry, I didn't know you were Polish. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Mitch, are you in the room with us, buddy?
Oh, I'm here already.
Oh, you're here.
Hey, Mitch.
How are you doing, brother?
All right. It was a kind of a mellow weekend.
I seen you in the ballpark. I seen you eating.
Yeah, we saw the Steelers yesterday.
Yes, I'm enjoying your weekend, brother.
Yeah,
Julie looked like she was happy, having a good time.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you weren't paying attention, huh?
No, yeah, it was the weather was so beautiful yesterday.
Here we go.
And the Steelers won, even though it's preseason.
Yeah, getting ready for big time, baby.
Oh yeah, you're getting ready.
Anyway,
I got tickets. I'm going to go back to a game. I got Zach. We're going for his birthday. Is in September, but I got tickets for end of October, so we're gonna. That's my next time back out there. That's gonna be fun.
I assume Zach's doing well too.
Yeah, he's still out in Indiana. He's coming back Wednesday, and then he starts his new job. Officially starts Monday, and he's on that 7:30? 8 to 6. 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. shift.
Oh no.
It's 4/10s.
Oh no. Yes, I've worked those hours before.
Yeah.
That you don't have a social life anymore. Just throw that out the window.
You don't need a social life.
You're never going to see anybody again. Boy.
I'm jealous. You know, he's at the beginning of his.
Indeed.
His professional pursuits. I am hopefully at the end.
Yeah, I've done drove mine off the cliff, buddy. So anyway, so what do you think's going to happen this week? Anything interesting, Mitch?
Oh my God, it's so insane. How could you even predict?
Who would know?
Yeah, that's true. When the woman's right, because it's so, when you're dealing with people like Donald Trump, you can't. I mean, you can predict to an extent, and something I never really did care very much, and I'd make no bones about. I voted for Hillary Clinton. I am not a super huge fan of the Clintons, but I voted for her. But she fucking nailed it. God damn, she nailed it.
Wait, which one are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Hillary in the debate saying that Donald was going to become a fucking tyrant.
Yes.
She was absolutely right.
Wasn't she?
And that he was going to place himself even further above the law.
Don't you know she's getting a kick out of what's happening to his ass?
Well, yeah.
I got to think she gets a chuckle. Yeah.
He made a video claiming that she's behind the indictments. Did you see this shit?
Oh my God.
That Hillary is, yes. I didn't see the video. I heard the news. I heard a news clip of it. That he's.
Oh, it's the Clinton crime family
Oh,
and the
of course
Biden
it is.
crime family.
That's what it is.
Obama crime family.
Everybody but
Projection
Donnie,
much?
huh? I think the only crime family we're looking at is the one that's being prosecuted down in Georgia.
I tell you what, I would say there was a very good. I'd give it a 1 in 3. I'll give it a 1 in 3, 3-1 odds that he will not be released.
That he will not be released?
Dude, these are. Listen, time out. They are.
Oh,
they
Mitch,
are
don't
under
tease me
Georgia
now.
Law, under Georgia law.
Yes.
RICO is what's called a serious felony. So
Yes.
you got your violation, misdemeanor, felony, serious felony. If you commit a serious felony, they are not going to let your ass out on the road. And they already have memos saying that Trump is a flight risk because he owns his own fucking jet.
How long is it going to be before he violates his terms of release? He's going to get on TV and he's going to start running his mouth. Huh? He already is, yes.
He did it like the day.
It's like he is daring them to put him in jail. And you know something? He's right. Are they? Are they going to snatch him up and put him in jail?
Possibility he's going to go to jail in Georgia.
You
At
know what
least
that
for
would
a
do?
while.
You talk about rile up the rednecks, baby.
At least for a while.
Okay, so let their fucking necks be riled.
He can't run anywhere. He's got nowhere to go.
I'm telling you, he committed a serious felony and shows absolutely no
remorse.
An almost perverse interest in furthering the conspiracy.
He's still committing it. He
is still working in furtherance of the same crimes he's being charged with.
And that, under Georgia law, is a rationale to keep someone off the street.
Well, I'm all for it.
I'm all for it too. I just don't think they're going to do it. At the very,
I don't see where he needs special fucking treatment anymore.
and that's exactly what he's going to get. If he were to even be threatened with jail, it would be well after he makes a couple more statements that are very derogative to the court, and that
Not
he
so
is,
sure.
and then the court would try to put a gag order on him. They would try to go through the steps before they try to do anything to his ass.
Just for threatening the grand jurors alone, they can keep him.
But did he threaten them, or just some crazy nut?
All the judge has to do is think he did.
Yeah. Which, in my opinion, he is.
He definitely came out.
What about the woman that called up Judge Chutkin's office and totally threatened her on the phone?
Her and a bunch of other people.
She's in jail.
She's in jail.
Yeah, she's in jail.
And why is she in jail? Because the very thing that she said, if he's not elected president, we're coming after you and we'll kill you.
I think James Price reminds us all with the old elegy of, did Charles Manson kill anybody? No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. Yet his ass died in prison,
yes,
huh?
he did. Yes,
And I can tell you that convincing someone to commit murder or actually convincing someone to commit any crime is a conspiracy for that crime.
Absolutely.
I think we have conspiracies galore around here. And that's what the indictment down in the one today I was on, I don't know if you heard me, Mitch, I was on the Tim Cormall show today. And we read, that was the whole show as a matter of fact, we read all 42 counts verbally on his show today.
Dude, that RICO count is brutal.
Oh man, I don't, as you read this, I don't know how he gets out of this shit. Because it's so blatant.
He don't get out of it.
In order for him to be found guilty of this RICO statute, do you know how many of the 186 acts he has to be found to have been participant in?
Two. Two.
That's it.
Two.
And look at the list of acts they have.
That's
And witnesses.
And let's not forget that this Georgia indictment almost runs parallel to the one out of D.C.
Yes.
That too is a conspiracy.
As a matter of fact, that's why Mark Meadows, they're trying to get that, and I don't think that's going to work. He's trying to get it moved to a federal court, and I don't think it's going to work.
Never happened. Never happened.
And
that's just... He could get it moved to a federal court. It will still be state law that charges
it will be tried by a federal judge in a federal court, but the state laws are the
are
the determining factors in the case. But
I don't
think it's going to
there's any
be a federal charge.
No. Why should it be moved?
It was not enacted for the state at the time.
Let's have the trial where the crime committed.
Here's the difference between the state and the federal. If Mark Meadows is successful in getting this moved to a federal court, then his appeal for this case would go to the 11th district and then to the Supreme Court, rather than an appeal in the state court going to just the Georgia Supreme Court.
And I think that's the reason why they won't change the venue.
Yeah. I think it's going to stay right in Fulton County.
Talk about Arizona.
The work has
Say
been
that
done.
again?
Did you guys already talk about Arizona, that they're now about to
They're looking at him. Mm-hmm.
The Arizona governor.
As well they should. And Arizona might not stop there. Let's not forget that Michigan already came against their fake electors. They just didn't bring any charges against Trump's dumb ass.
You read the Georgia indictment and you'll find the list of all the states where this conspiracy was done. The same thing, fake electors across the board.
The governor of Arizona gave her attorney general and all of his minions her approval to go ahead and pursue the investigation. It was in the news.
That's what I said the other day. There should be other states besides Georgia that has indictments against this group.
I think, and I'm pretending that I'm right because that's what I do best, but I still think that there's another grand jury that has not been announced, and I believe that it is going to be in New Jersey. Because to me, that is the one place where it is thought that a crime was definitely committed, that they have evidence.
Correct.
Okay? But I think there's another grand jury that's going to be indicting him maybe this week in Washington that we don't know about. And that's the one that's going to deal with his campaign financing off of a lie.
Are you teasing me? You're not teasing me now, are you?
I am not kidding.
No, that's part of that was what Jack Smith was commissioned to look at.
Right. Seize his assets, all of them, every last one of them.
Here's the joke. He doesn't have any assets.
That's what I was fixing to say. He's barely hanging on to his own ass, much as his assets. I think everything's
got
been...
other people's money, but he
He's
doesn't have.
trying to hang on to any ass he can get at this point, okay?
It would make me happy.
And his poor stupid cult's going to run out of money and that's why I think this whole like string of things, it hasn't been orchestrated, which is, I don't think that that's the right, but I tell you, it has been coordinated.
Yeah.
Definitely, and it's been documented in 2 cases now, one federal and one state, of how coordinated that this shit fucking was, man.
Here's another thing, you're gonna.
Excuse me, you guys, John. You need to hit the credits button, dude. It's that time.
Yeah, they're screaming. They're screaming on YouTube.
Oh, are they? I'm sorry, we're into a good. I'm enjoying this shit. I've got a smile on my face because I know there's more coming. And Mitch just made me smile even more.
The assets that he stole, if this works out right, he's going to have to refund all that money.
Hey, they going to take it out of his prison fund? How much do federal prisoners?
For Christ's sake.
Those funds up.
He's got it hidden somewhere. They'll find it.
Well, let's just imagine, you guys, that you got four indictments on you, but those aren't your only cases. There's a shit ton of civil cases out there, and this guy, his 2023, 24, 25 calendar is going to be completely booked.
What's that old saying? You reap what you sow. He spent
he
his
sowed a
life
whole lot of
forcing every
shit, huh?
contractor that ever worked for him to take him to court to get their money out of that scumbag. That's what he has done all his life. That's what he is known for, trying to cheat people.
Businessman.
Actually, totally years that he could actually do is like 700. It's crazy. Maximum out of 91 charges, 700 years.
I want to see him serve every one of them too. I don't give a shit if he drops dead in the cell. Leave him there until the sentence is done. That's what I say.
They run in sequence, that is. They run concurrently. It could be
Prop him up in the corner in one of those.
That's it. Just prop him up over there. He's still there.
Just
yes.
Total charges and maximums. Total charges and maximums. 700 years. I mean, it's that's not going to happen. But if you think about Georgia and everything like that,
he is not going to get what I want him to get. He's not going to get that. I want some form of justice, though. I want this country to show me.
I want to see him not be able to run for president. I want to see him disqualified by that 14th Amendment, Section 3. Yes.
And I disagree. I think already Governor Gavin Newsom in California has already ordered the Attorney General to look into that.
And
I can tell you, there are 6 states. If any one of those states invokes the 14th Amendment, which is applicable and is also in the state constitution, by the way, of Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's a nice little nugget.
If any one of those states can take him off the ballot, meaning that electors cannot elect him. Period.
Mitch, 2 Harvard
works for me.
Scholars have already determined that he doesn't have to be convicted.
Yeah, I'm really interested in this debate that's going on.
There doesn't have to be a process to deny him the ability to run for president. He's already disqualified himself. The Constitution is very clear about that. If you read the 14th Amendment,
if you read the 14th Amendment, Section 3.
Hold on, just a second. Can't we just watch the shit show unfold? I mean, this is the best Apprentice I've ever seen. I want to see where this goes.
This is the best episode of The Apprentice you ever saw, huh?
I never watched The Apprentice, and I wouldn't start now, okay? I'm not into those fucking reality TV shows, and I definitely didn't vote for a reality TV, and I can't even call him a star, just an actor.
He wasn't even that.
President of the United States of America.
Wasn't he on Shark Tank?
Who, Donnie? I don't know. He's been in a couple of movies that he gave a little short to or something. Anywhere where he could wiggle his ass around to try to get some attention, he did. Because that's what the man thrives on. And he's getting lots of it, baby, but the tide is turning. It's not all good anymore. But like Donnie says, all press is good press, no matter whether it's good press or bad press.
I've been disgusted by him ever since I first heard his name and saw a picture of him. I couldn't help but hate the man. He just disgusted me, and I didn't know anything about him.
I saw him years ago on.
In 1985, I tell people every time I can. In 1985, when I went to go work for the construction company in New York, they handed me a list of the 400 companies that Trump was involved with, and told me on my first day there, if you ever see any of these names on an invoice or anything, it's a high priority that they notify my director immediately, because we were absolutely forbidden for doing business with anything to do with Donald Trump in the construction industry, because he literally fucks everybody.
Everybody.
And yet, man, people run, they scatter to run to be in business. Oh, Donald Trump.
That's what amazes me. All of these maggots out there, most of them are working men. These are working people. They get out there with their hands and work. A lot of them, most of them. And
I
those
don't
are the
get it.
people that got screwed over by him
How
the
they
most.
see him as a hero. If
I-
for no
I
other
have no
reason then he
blind
makes it
hatred.
okay to be racist.
There you
I
go.
guess.
He's as
There it
racist
is.
as they are. He hates the same people they hate. That's what it
No,
is.
but
Because
he has his African American.
he has run his whole fucking campaign on nothing but hate. From the moment he came down that freaking elevator.
Has anyone been watching the anti-circumcision protest?
The what?
Mitch, have you been watching the anti-circumcision protest?
The anti-circumcision protest.
I don't know what that's all about, but it sounds like it's racist to me. I mean, these guys are
I haven't kept up on the.
They're all over TikTok and they're on street corners with their signs saying circumcision is a crime.
Really? Well, a lot of people go to jail, huh?
Yeah.
There is a pretty fairly well structured ethic that says mutilating babies is not right.
Yeah. Just tie them down and stuck a rag in their mouth. Isn't that what they do
I'm
anyway?
staying out of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, this is why I can't. I don't do TikTok. I don't do Facebook. I don't do nothing.
Yeah, you wander into territory like that. Just made me go, what?
Yeah.
What? No, that's out of my area of expertise. I'm good. Yeah.
I never had to make that decision, so no.
Neither did I. My mother made it for me.
I won't enter into the conversation about my kids. Thank you.
I think we need to start.
No, we don't need to do that. There's some things we need to just leave off TikTok. Anyway.
I was just gonna say, just wrapping the show up or something.
Yeah, I
like
guess
that,
we are. It's been a lively show. I want to appreciate everybody who came in. We had several new members. And look at there, Mitch Goldstein, you're such a kind heart, brother, I tell you. Just came in with $5 and said, we love you, Blue Dots. I second that emotion, baby. We love our Blue Dots here. Mitch, thank you very much, brother.
My pleasure. I'm heading out. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Mitch. Good night, Julie.
Enjoy.
All right. Take care of yourself, Mitch. I love it when he comes in the room. Always stimulates good conversation. I enjoy it tremendously. He's a great guy, too. I met him. I have shaken hands with him. He's a great guy.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to meeting Julie one day. Anyway, I guess we'll wrap it up for the evening. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Let me see. Wait a minute. We're missing some people. Oh, we got Stephanie Dean, who's still watching. Thank you very much. Hey, I know who's coming to see you tomorrow. You do too. Stephanie Dean just came over with a $2 donation and said, love you all, BDF. John, we need to talk. We need to talk.
That's not good.
One of us will call one of us. And we will do that. Evidently, we need to talk. I guess John did something wrong. I don't know. I've been known for doing that shit. DJ.
Yes.
Thank you for coming in, brother. We appreciate it tremendously.
Thank you for listening to me.
Yeah. Well, we've been doing it for years, buddy.
But hey, I gotta let the shit out some way.
Yeah. All that knowledge gets up in your head, and occasionally some of that shit's gonna leak out.
That's right.
It does. It gets in there. Anyway, DJ. Thank you, brother, and keep your ear to the news.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Appreciate it.
And Dave. Hey, Dave. Dave. Psst. Is that you, Dave? Dave.
He's Polish. You gotta give him a set.
Yeah. Dave, we appreciate you coming in, brother. Take care of yourself up north. What he said.
Whoa, he got spaghetti fried.
Yeah.
He got black hole.
Got all over the place. Anyway, Dave, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it tremendously. Yep, getting spaghettied up there. Anyway. Nope, I'm not getting any of that. I'm not getting any of that. Joe Garcia, thank you for coming in. I appreciate your voice also, brother. And let me see, we got Craig. Craig? Thank you for coming in, brother.
No problem. No problem. When's your next live?
What's that?
When's your next live, John?
Oh, the next live will be Tuesday. We do our live shows on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And then I attempt to get my rants out in the days between, but here lately it's like, again, tomorrow I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and I don't want to go to this one, and I might not go anyway. I don't
No,
mean
you're
it.
going, John.
I
Go
just
and
went.
Get it over with.
They got another one for me next week. Jesus, how many need?
Go and get it over with.
Yeah.
Go.
Just do it.
And
Just
Hey,
do it.
John,
Do it to it. Like Sonny Pruitt
Jason,
used to
face it,
do
get
it.
it over with,
Do it.
and then go on with your life.
Yeah.
That's what you got.
Yeah. They just, shit, dude, it's like 50 some odd miles one way to the doctor's office.
Man.
Fuck.
so, John,
I
quit
know.
your bitching and just go.
Yes, dear. Sound like my
I've
wife.
got the same
Alright.
problem. It's 32 miles to the city limit from where I live.
Listen to wham wham. Boy, howdy shit.
My closest street light is 65 miles in one direction. Okay, you guys stop your whining. Let's go. Okay?
Again, I want to
You're
thank.
not the only one.
I want to thank Paulina Hall for coming in earlier. I want to thank her for coming in and joining the show. I want to thank her for my T-shirt, darling. I love it. I'm going to flash it around the store tomorrow and make everybody turn their head.
John's gonna be flashing.
That's right. I'm going to be flashing tomorrow. Orange, baby. You can't see this. It's highway orange, dude. Like a cone or something. Like I'm on emergency. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy it because it does. It's a cool looking shirt. Anyway, Miss Chick.
Yes, John.
Thank you. Is there anybody you want to share for sharing?
Actually, I do.
Well, please call them out.
Well, they shared your rant the other day, Paul Adams, which I couldn't specifically figure out where he was from, just sort of East Coast.
East Coast. Yeah, good.
East Coast. Danny Lester from Texas.
There you go.
Teresa Curtis from Tennessee, and she said, I enjoy your company every day I get to see you.
Well, thank you. I
Isn't
got
that
family
nice?
in Tennessee. Good deal.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Kyle Boyce from Nebraska. Howard R. Brackens from California.
Outstanding.
Glenn, and I don't know how to pronounce this, EXUM.
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 Exum?
Yeah, that guy. We
Glenn
may
Exum
not be
from
able to pronounce your
Colorado.
name, but we sure look at my name.
We sure appreciate the share, Glenn.
Hey, we damn sure do, Glenn.
You can spell
Arlene
it.
Reynosa from Nevada and James Bozaniski from Wisconsin.
Outstanding. This family grows all the time because of that, because of people sharing it. And like Leo Sahaki says, share that shit, because that's how we get the voice around. So again, I urge you take Ginger's Rant Show, Virginia Woodley, listen to her voice, Leo Sahaki. There are names that we're just people. We're just like you, sitting around our house going, that pisses me off, so we tell people about it. Anyway.
And let them know you appreciate them. Like,
Yes.
share, subscribe, and follow those
Indeed.
people.
I was on the Robin Kincaid show on Friday. I was on the Tim Cormall show today. Anywhere I can get an invitation or get my foot in the door to try to further the conversation and encourage people to be involved in this democracy, I try to do it.
You just get around, John.
Yeah.
Let's get around.
Seminar.
I'm trying, baby. I'm trying. Anyway, Miss Chick, thank you so much, darling.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate you so much. I'm with Smartass. Please keep wearing your mask. COVID is still out there. Good night, everyone. Y'all, thank you, John and moderators, to both of you. We owe you so much in this family. But Miss Chick, thank you. And Bernadette,
Yes, sir.
thank you, darling.
I just want to say thank you to all the new faces that we had in here in Discord tonight.
Me too.
Appreciate you guys coming in and using your voice and
it was fun
sharing with us. And,
I love it when I look down there and see new
please
people.
Feel free to come back. Absolutely, we enjoy new
That's the first
company
thing
in
I
here.
seen.
Just got to get up to that table, pound on it, and use your voice.
And when I see
Some of us
Pauline
are
Hall in there, the
loudmouth
lady that just
like
sent me the
me.
shirt, I loved it.
Absolutely.
I love it.
absolutely. Thank you, Pauline. Thank you.
Thank you all for being a
Y'all
part of
come
this.
on in and join us and use your voice and get out here and protest on a different kind of level.
Yeah.
All right.
On your level, our level, we just spread this shit around. Just come sit
And
around the
we're
table
just-
with us. It's
we're-
always fun.
We're just family. We're just
That's
talking.
it. That's it.
That's it. We're
Now,
just
now,
talking.
if you want to see the real conversation, you come on into the Discord, because when we
That's
leave here, we go to the Blue Room.
The
And
Blue Room is
the Blue Room is after hours, off the air. It's the same thing you hear right now, except there's more people in the room, and it gets to be really
X-rated.
And that
entertaining.
conversation can go anywhere.
Any
It's not
which
just
way.
necessarily about politics.
Anywhere. Known for going lots of places. Anyway,
So,
thank
come
you
on.
all to those who.
Before we disappear,
Yes, dear.
did you let the people know how they can send you a card?
I think it flashes up on there, but I will verbally tell you. If you and please do. John goes to the mailbox and it's heartbreaking when John goes to the mailbox and you open the key up in there and there you go. Shit, there's nothing there. It's like a desperate plea for help, but you open it's like being in the desert with no water. That's what it is. But then John goes to the fucking store and opens it up and look at there. There's a T-shirt and that crowd freaking goes wild.
John?
Yes, dear.
There's a rumor that there might be something in your mailbox tomorrow.
Really?
Ooh, you better hit that, John.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting out there waiting on the damn mailman. Maybe I will get up and go to the doctor. It's early, so but that's where I got to go to get the mail anyway. So.
All right, so just do it.
Where's this mail coming from? Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Let me get the light in your face.
Tell us. A little birdie told me.
A little bird told me. I will be looking forward anytime John gets mail. It lifts my spirits, and I'll tell you what. It's not easy for everybody to do. And there's a lot of people that can't do that. But I want you to know, it's my love for this family goes beyond the T-shirts or the gifts that I get. That's just the little icing on the top that makes my day. But it's the heart of this family. When I come in here and I see how many names are popping up here in the chat, how many people are watching, how many people are coming into the room, that's John's release. You know, I was asked the other day, in a roundabout way, and I made a comment that politics is the distraction from my life. And I'm sure it is for a lot of us, baby. We go through a lot of shit every day. This is what distracts us from a lot of misery. So, you know, you pour everything you have into it when you get a chance. Anyway, I want to thank all that other mushy shit. Yeah, love and, you know, fellowship, and there's words for it. Look it up. They have them in the Bible even. Anyway, thank everybody for coming in. Those names going by there on that list are the people that donate every month by Patreon. Those are the ones that really help me get through. The people that come in here every night and donate a la carte, you're the blessing in my heart. I appreciate every one of you so much. Anyway, all that other mushy shit, y'all say good night.
Good night.
Y'all say good night.
Good night and all that other mushy shit. So.
Good night, sir.
We will be back here Tuesday for another Blue Dot family meeting, so come on in. Carolyn and John Matt Jesco, thank you very much. Big Johnson, Don Cheeto, I'm so glad y'all are there every day. Y'all memorize my heart. Anyway, y'all take it easy. Bye. And we are not gone.